Right. Parasite.
The worst foe lies within. Parasite Eve.
So little boys are really being programmed to evil. And where does Skeletor live?
Well, Skeletor lives in Eternia with He-Man. Now, Eternia is a good world that they live in, and we'll see some things about Eternia a little later on.
Now, who lives in Snake Mountain?
Well, Skeletor lives in Snake Mountain.
Could we talk about Snake Mountain for
Sure,
just a minute?
let's take a look at it.
Now, we have a toy that we got at the store, which is called simply Snake Mountain. I thought I'd get this toy up here if we can get that on the screen. And here's the snake and all. I mean, this is definitely an occultic toy. And it's got an interesting little feature here. I'm going to turn it on. It can actually transform your voice from your regular voice to that of an occultic hero. Is that correct? So let's get a Skeletor type of voice. Let me turn this on here. I think I'm getting it too loud. Skeletor, the master of the universe. Does that give you kind of an example of...
Yeah, you should see the commercial they play with it. You know, it transforms your voice into that of an evil.
So little
voice.
children would actually use that to even identify more with these occultic heroes, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Well, I think it would be interesting if we went to another video showing even more of the occultic overtones in these different characters. So let's go to another He-Man serial right now showing the occult.
You have a great challenge facing you, He-Man. Perhaps the greatest of your life. Have you ever heard of the Star Seed?
side, and there is a tomato side. There is Pepe, and there is Mamselle. Ho, ho, ho. En garde, pigeon.
Oh my god, it's so hot. It's so hot, everything is warm. But that's okay. I can get through this. I got some ice water, some video games. I think everything's gonna work out fine. So, I'm going... Oh, Prime Glass. Thank you for the Prime sub. There are 3 games I've been working on for a while that I think I'm close to the, like, beating. Even though that kind of effervescent, but whatever. So there's Lumines, which is basically just playing through the entire game in one shot. That takes about an hour. Oh. Hold on, I gotta push it in the dryer. I'll be right back. Anyway, there's that. There's Picross and Final Fantasy 14. A lot of boring-ass games that nobody cares about, but I'm gonna play them anyway, so... I'll actually be right back.
Fantastique.
McDonald's new McDLT.
Excuse me. Yes. How much is it going to cost?
I don't know. I'll have to ask.
Look, is my car ready yet?
I don't know. I'll have to ask.
Is this warranty good into you?
Every day, more and more Americans are becoming less satisfied with their car care. That's why Firestone developed MasterCare.
Turns out I am going crazy. There was no such jingle, and I can get started. Thank you, Ricky Rubio, for the cheer. Get all my cords situated. Getting a lot of buffering? Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, Otter. It's pretty clean on my end, so I do wish that I could make it smooth for you. So yes, I'm 96% complete. So the goal is to get to level 100. I got to 96 and failed, and I think that was the last time I played it on stream, so I'll try it again. What's up, Kagri? One side effect is I might not be able to look at chat too much. At least when it picks up, it actually gets pretty fast near the end. Just something that I actually underestimated. I thought I'd be able to pick this game up and just ace it right away, but it has humbled me yet again. What's up, Prime Glass? Why's your brain hurt? Hungover? Like, that's likely on a weekend. Yeah, this game is also just chill as hell. Kind of summery? I'll tell myself that. Make it a little more contextually appropriate. Guess you won't be at Gamescom, we'll be there with our game. No, sorry. Pretty sure I'm not going to be at Gamescom. Not a whole lot of cause to be there. I wonder, this is actually something that I am ignorant about. I feel like the reason that anyone like myself would go to a Gamescom now is if there's a sales opportunity, like a influencer marketing deal. Does that happen at Gamescom? That seems to be mostly like a VidCon/TwitchCon kind of deal. A lot of people saying no, yeah. I didn't know that European marketing really worked that way. I don't know how European marketing works. That's actually something I need to learn about. Just in terms of my completeness of video game knowledge and understanding, I really don't know anything about the European market aside from they like FIFA, which is not necessarily the most holistic and complete analysis of the region. Sorry, somebody was asking to be noticed. Next level devil. You've been noticed officially, sir. Put on notice. Won't be joining today. Watching the Fast and Furious movies. We're doing the Lord's work. Man. Sometimes I wish I could tell myself what those movies would turn into. There's a shocking amount of things that I've like seen and been like, wow, this is really good. It's like really, I guess really I'm just thinking of that and Mission Impossible, two things that have kind of become huge franchises. I thought it was really weird when they made the second one. Like, what do they want to do with this? What's going on here? I guess it has turned into something entirely different. Ninja Kill Bunny? Thank you for the resub. This resub, we gotta watch Mission Impossible Marathon. Fun fact, John Voight was only 2 years older in Mission Impossible 1 than Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible 6. That is a pretty fun fact, actually. I guess that means it's time to rotate out the cast, but apparently... I've heard, like, rumors that they've been trying to do that for a while. That's what I hear, anyway. I think it might be working. Good shit. Hey, Digital Tears. Welcome. It's shockingly warm in this room. It's on top of, like, the normal, like, being unseasonably warm in Southern California right now. This is also, like, a weird add-on room that doesn't have any kind of insulation, so... a fair bit of baking going on. But I do it for Sweet Lady video games. Oh, the duck makes you happy? Yeah, that was always my favorite avatar. He's a good duck. Pure. Just wants to party. Listen to some sweet beats. We can all identify with that, can't we? What's up, Antonius? Just finished up a heat wave in UK, so now it's raining. So back to normal. I'm dealing in my finest European stereotypes this stream. Displaying my worldly knowledge, which includes A, it rains in London sometimes, and B, they like FIFA over there. Basically James Bond. Also, I don't know why it took me so long to realize that in this game the background sort of shifts when you move pieces. It's kind of cool. I don't remember the original doing that, but then again, a lot of this world I don't remember. Also, I never really looked up the leveling of this game. If the goal is to get to level 100, should I really push it and play for points, or try and keep a clean board to make sure that I can finish? I don't know what strategy is more effective, because I don't know how progressing through the levels works. It just seems to kind of happen arbitrarily. Are there any luminous numerology experts in the room? Anything updating in the big ODD? Hold on, I'm not sure what that means. Also, nice to see you, Chris. Damn it! Oh, that was bad. UK Talk reminds me, do you know if you guys are going to get a chance to get to Camden when you're in London, or is it going to be too tight? I don't know for sure. I can pretty much say with assuredness it'll be too tight to do anything but that convention. They don't really have the pockets to let us explore the city on their dime. It was actually a little rough just in terms of jet lag and stuff. Of like getting in, I think it was like get in, do the con the next day, or the next 2 days, and then fly home the day after. So there wasn't really time to do much of anything. I'm gonna show up a little early, but I had to pay for the hotel room. Well, that's cool. At least I get to go to London, that's awesome. Yeah, Steph and I are gonna try to do a couple of London things in that span of time. She found a World War II era bar. I think it's called Cahoots. Very excited to go to that. I can be an American fighting boy. My secret World War II roleplay desires finally coming to light. Shit. Okay, huh. That's a bummer. Sunshine having no downtime at all before after travel sucks balls. Heard of Cahoots, it's supposed to be fun. That's cool. I hope it's not like... This is dumb, considering it's kind of what I want, but I am curious exactly how touristy it is. Which is stupid, because I'll be a tourist, and that's exactly what I'm there for, but... Sometimes it can be too much, you know? I don't mind some corny fun, but sometimes things can be too corny. Man, look at these dense bricks of all these colors mixed together. No bueno. I don't know. It's really tough to figure out how to clear out bricks once they start stacking up, and then you get mixtures of colors and shit. Given that I was talking about this last stream, it's just interesting to think about the mechanics as they actually implement in the game. But every round, every turn puts 4 blocks on the board, and it can be difficult to clear more than 4. So most turns end up in a net positive to board blocks. Oh, but then you occasionally get a piece like that. Yeah. I guess that's the idea. Stop looking at chat. I need to. I feel bad. But I just need to be confident that people won't get bored. The truth of it is, like, I enjoy talking to people. Or rather, I enjoy reading chat. I learn stuff. It's hard to resist the siren call of hearing what people have to say. But people need me to be a video game champion, so I will. Ah, shit. Oops! Oh boy. Oh! Oh man. I'm not doing the best. At least it's early. I'll get all my dumb mistakes out early when I'm only on level 18. Fuck. That stuff is what murders runs for me. When I drop in the middle of the beat sweeping over and it only clears half of them. Ugh, it's the worst. Because usually there's a good seesaw to the pieces of like, this color, then that color, then this color, because they alternate. They alternate in density on the board, kind of. That mucks up the rhythm of it. And that's what drives me back to thinking about how stage transitions or level progression is triggered. Because it makes you really question if it's worth it to chase last-minute matches to make sure you keep your multiplier up. Which is how you get super high fucking scores. But does that matter? Is it about time spent alive or getting a high score? Mysteries of the universe, man. Some things mankind just wasn't meant to know. Shit. That's not what I wanted. I wanted to save it for the next round, but... whatever. It's going okay. Got it all cleaned out now. Just had to redouble my efforts and stop looking at chat. And now I'm looking at chat. See, that's it. I'm like, it's fine. I'm all caught up. I can look at chat now. No, you cannot. Get down to one color. Realize most puzzle games that I've played, or like rhythm games or something, I'll take a look at the like community around that game. Like Tetris is a good example. There's a lot of really solid guides and stuff about how to play, how to get better. I've never done that with this game. I was just kind of played it in a vacuum. I guess I'm curious. It's made me think now. I wonder what the Lumines community is about, or if there even is one. There's usually something, like a subreddit or a forum with 20 members, mailing list, BB forum somewhere. Every year they do a petition that no one pays attention to. Damn it! I never dove much into the Shenmue stuff because I know that there was a long desert that community walked through. I guess it's not so much a community as just kind of just like a collection of people who are kind of unabashed in their cult-like enjoyment of the thing. Not in that they are a cult, more of like cult classic type thing. Damn. Yeah. That's the other thing that occasionally goes awry. While the Pro Controller is a pretty damn good controller, the D-pad wobbles a bit sometimes. YouTube has recommended videos to me that's like, I fixed my Pro Controller D-pad. I'm like, I don't know that I believe this. You ever have moments when you don't want to get clickbaited so bad you don't even throw out the 30 seconds it would take to see if something's bullshit or not? Just like, I don't have time for this today. That's something that I've wondered about. Ah! See there, I did it. Then again, I don't know, maybe it's my sausage fingers, I don't know what to blame. But, I feel like I, as an individual, have to pass judgment on a lot of stuff relatively quickly. And I don't mean like, oh, I like that t-shirt. I don't mean that kind of judgment. I mean, is this worth my time or not? I guess being presented with so many things makes you hyper-develop the ability to make snap decisions about a lot of things. And I wonder if that's good. I wonder if having a hyper-accelerated decision-making process out of necessity, just based on the volume of decisions that need to be made. Like, do I look at this? Do I click on that? Do I spend time on this? And again, people have talked about the increasing pace of life for a long time, and the human race figures it out, so maybe it's not a big deal. I like this song. There. I was just about to laud my steadfastness and not checking chat this whole time. And then it's a beat anyway. Seems the brake slick. That's something that I've noticed too. Speaking of patronizing pet names, this seems to be a new tactic used by like either bots or people with no lives. The kinds that don't follow you on Twitter, and if you mention anything related to like a search term involving something political, they dive in there with like links to bullshit shit, and they're like, "Ah, you didn't do your reading there, champ. Why don't you try learning about the topic next time, Ace?" I'm just like, okay. Like the grand inhuman sociological machine has now decided that this is the best way to provoke a response out of people. Or maybe whoever's programming the bots is just throwing in a new selection of marginalizing insults. It's been interesting to see. It's interesting that the techniques change over the years. I do occasionally love trying to like reverse engineer the flowchart, because that's all it is ever. People get in like forums, groupthink. They like plot out a bunch of arguments that they have, pre-research all of the stuff they're going to throw in somebody's face, and then deploy. Form the game plan, deploy. So it is fun to sort of like probe the flowchart in reverse. See how long the conversation can go when it's clear you're just sort of dragging it out. See how the increasing attempts at provocation. After a while, it just gets repetitive. You know, you run the script, and then it's just repeating the same points. You're just like, okay, that's all you had today. All right, go home and rest. See you again tomorrow. Hey, if the world's gonna be weird, you might as well have fun with it, you know? I'm not a fan of the patterns that are starting to develop here. On the board, specifically, not existentially. Okay. That's the other weird thing I've noticed about this game. Sometimes merely the color distribution of a level will make it difficult to play. Sometimes, just based on the color patterns, there's certain combos I won't see properly. Shit. Fuck. That could have been better. There we go. I think that's just you. We aren't well-known people that talk about video games for our job. Oh, maybe. Get grieving your share? That's probably a good idea. I'm concentrating too hard, though. Did you get some things wrong about Cyberpunk? Oh, what do you mean? You said there were no police in Cyberpunk, but there is? Oh, no, there's police. There's police in the trailer. I think maybe what I said was that police. What I meant is that there were no police in the gameplay demo. Maybe I'm walking that back, but so as I remember, the context of that conversation, Bruce was like, if you shoot in the daylight, will cops come after you? I know, Storm. There's police in the teaser. That's what I just said. He was asking, if you shoot in the demo, will cops come after you? And I said, no, there's no police. There's police in the world, but they're probably like corporate police. I don't think they're government police. And in the gameplay demo, the protagonist, he sounded so certain there were no police. I'm telling you about the context of what I said. Like, there may not be any government-run police. So, just because it says police, it doesn't mean that they're like government cops. Yeah, because there's like a crime scene, right? Just got off work, time to crack a cold one and watch Quintessential Gamer do some game shit. That's the idea. I'm trying to plug my way through 100 levels of Lumines. We'll see. Oh wait, are you trolling me right now? I think you are. I can't tell. You're doing the thing where you're posting a lot of emoji. There's still a government instruction to start corporate companies to run a lot of things that pretty much took over in 2020. Well. The point of comparison is like GTA, where if you fuck around in the open world, the boundary on your activities there is that the police will come with escalating weaponry. They didn't describe or hint at any sort of mechanic like that in the demo. So I think what they did say is that based on your decisions and the factions you kind of work with, that various other interests will fuck with you in the open world. And then the example given in the gameplay demo was that in the intro sequence you mess with this gang who were selling black market implants and shit. So on your way to the next quest, some low-level thugs just saw you and opened fire on you. So they mentioned that specifically. They didn't say anything about police. And the opening fire involved you murdering several of them and driving over their corpses in broad daylight. So, I think if cops were going to be a mechanic in the game, they probably would have talked about them at that point, or made a mention of them at least. But there was no such thing done. So you can choose to interpret that how you like. That is the full context. Realize something I reference often when I think about games that succeed on the basis of having pretty lights and sounds. It always goes back to that one episode of Star Trek where the crew of the Enterprise gets addicted to some weird video game where they have to guide tornadoes into little tubes and it releases a serotonin burst in their brains or whatever. I remember even at the time thinking this is kind of a bullshit analog for video games, that we'll all get addicted to it. But sometimes when I find myself doing something like this for hours, just guiding squares into their glowy little homes, I think about that. Not in the sense that it might have been right. Just more that it was an arresting episode when I was a kid for some reason. It's also kind of... You know what, now that I think about it... The first I thought it was all the way at the edge. Shit, this is bad. First exposure I ever had to something like a zombie? Or more like a mental zombie? Or like cults and weird groupthink stuff? This stuff creeps me out. Shit. Ah! Oh shit, this is bad. Oh, man. Okay, this might save me. So stressed right now. Yeah, it's getting to where I can't see what the pieces are going to look like after the beat marker sweeps through, which makes it very difficult to, like, plan the next move. I do find it interesting how, like, the rhythm of pieces dropping, how that interchanges with the game's difficulty in terms of the little beat marker thing sweeping across. If you just make it really awkward, like kind of like that, make it so the pieces always lock in as the beat marker's crossing, that makes it so much harder. Ugh. Man. There are certain patterns that seem especially poisonous and hard to clear. Like the vertical stripes of color, and then checkerboards. Those seem to just kind of happen. Assuredly through poor placement, but I don't know, like, I imagine those are the sorts of top tips I would get on whatever fictional forum I don't know about. Here's how to clear a checkerboard with these series of pieces. Just pattern recognition type stuff. Fuck. Need to get more mileage out of those all clear blocks. Damn it! Damn it! I'm not doing so great. Not doing so great today, boys. Might not be in the cards. Fuck! Ah, shit. Damn it! Deciding everything just a little bit too late. I am not doing well. Fuck! This is bad. This is really bad. Fuck. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. God damn it. Shit! Oh no. No. That was not great. That was really bad. Set down some Tabasco Slim Jims, have a guilty pleasure food. I think, probably breakfast cereal. Just breakfast cereal of any sort. Oh. Alright, I'm just catching up on the chat here. Is it annoying getting questions about Funhouse here? Sometimes I feel like asking, I think you might not talk about work here. Alright, I'm free to. Or, I don't mind. It's normal to be curious about that sort of stuff. There's just not a whole lot I feel comfortable speaking about if it's not something that I work on directly. Oh, okay, cool. Or, I'm gonna try one more time, actually. What's up? Oh! Oh, damn it. Well, I told you I only rented the first episode. you want to watch the rest of it? Okay. Or I bought the rest of it. Stephanie. Apparently Bridezilla's is back. So. Okay. It should all be there now. No, you can't. Well, you can't rent TV. Stormy Bannerlord's gonna be at Gamescom. They showed gameplay of the single player last time. Looking forward to that. Maybe. I haven't played Mount & Blade, so I'm not sure what to expect from it. I enjoyed what I played of Kingdom Come, but I need to spend more time with those games. Why waste your time on garbage? Good question. Every video game is worth some amount of time. Nah, I'll stand by that. But yeah, Laundry Song is now playing. But yeah, Steph, it should all be purchased now. It's been on a 5-year hiatus. I guess they ran out of Bridezilla. It's ordered. It's on the way. That was... You're welcome. That was disheartening. But I can do better. I think. I mean, clearly I have. Just gotta... Actually, yeah, let me go clean my head out. Get a soda. Yeah, Griffin, this is a new place. I've been here for 3 or 4 months now, but yeah. This is the gaming palace now. The castle that video gaming has built for me. Beating Super Mario Brothers 1 got me this. Yep. As soon as I did it. Jumped on that flagpole, or sorry, hit that axe. And then somebody knocked on my door and gave me a deed to this palatial estate. Fully functioning stairs that won't crumble. Yeah, they've been pretty solid so far. That was... You know, it's one of those things you always think about and never expect to see happen. Or expect to happen. You always... Well, whatever. Like the lamp in the background? Yeah. Well, that's a little less cool. I was able to get my gift frame in, even though it's off right now. I think it's overheating because it's so warm here. Anyway, I'm gonna get some water. I'll be right back. Hydration bot. I don't know where you at, but we need your wisdom now more than ever. Alright, I'll be back in a minute.
Services that are warranted coast to coast and your car ready when promised. Because at Firestone, we're not satisfied until you're satisfied.
America's driving to Firestone.
Mondays. A network television premiere. The girl, the dream, the man she loved. The movie experience that electrified a generation. Flashdance.
Introducing new chili cheese Fritos brand. Spicy with chili, rich with cheese flavor, and a great corn taste and crunch of Fritos brand.
Hey, we know what we like, huh?
That's right. Now we just gotta hear it from the expert.
No expert, Chili Man, come on! All right, Chili Man, how does this work for you, huh?
Give us the word, huh? Go on, Chili. Word!
New chili cheese Fritos. If you're a snacker, it's gotta be Fritos brand.
Tab's got a fabulous chance for you to win a free week at the famous spa and resort.
Right, I'm back. I'm back with my name brand caffeine. Got my gamer fuel loaded up and ready to go. Yeah, the Tunnel Snakes selling chili cheese Fritos. Welcome to the wasteland. Oh yeah, if I get through all my shit, if I beat Lumines, beat Picross, only the hardest Dark Souls of video games, I was gonna go back to Fallout, or Rise of the Tomb Raider, which I've been really enjoying lately. Those games are really good. Like, really good. It's weird to me that people talk about Uncharted, in terms of, like, action-adventure, more than Tomb Raider. Because Tomb Raider's kind of more of a game. Actually, I take that back. Uncharted 4 was real solid. I liked 4 a lot. Maybe I should play it again on like a hard difficulty or something. Uncharted on hard difficulty, though, I don't know, man. That's one of those games that doesn't scale all that well. It's not made for that. It just kind of gets... I remember the first Uncharted was a real son of a bitch near the end, and that just on normal. I remember trying to play it for like the trophies, and I was like, man, fuck this. This is not like fun hard, it's just kind of cheap hard. People just... I guess the AI was really good. I should give it credit for that. They did flank your ass, and you ran out of places to go real quick. I still haven't seen the Nathan Fillion fan film, no. I should. I like Uncharted. I really like Uncharted. I liked Lost Legacy, too. I was kind of hoping that's something they keep rolling with. Adventures of Nadine and Chloe. Although I did think, like, in terms of writing, I was like, okay, you just gave all of Drake's lines to Chloe. Like, straight up, that's what you did. She says the exact same stuff he used to, but whatever. I still liked it. It's still a fun game. I'm already checkerboarding. I don't want this. Maybe I need to be a little more conscious of, like, the board. I don't know what that even means. It's funny, yeah? Last of Us on Survivor is difficult but fun difficult. Really? Okay. I don't know, I had issues with Last of Us. Last of Us's actual gameplay. I don't resent it quite as much as James does. But, there were some... Like, it seemed to be a game where all the difficulty was completely removed with just a few, like, upgrades. Like, the game changed. Once you can make shivs, like, the game is different now. Because clickers don't really matter anymore. That's what it felt like. Maybe I'm misremembering, but I just remember, like... I remember the game being really frustrating and then being trivial. Like, those were the two toggle switches. And it was entirely dependent on, like, what gear I had, because the upgrades you get shortcut a lot of the mechanics. Jeremy had similar issues with Last of Us. I liked it. I'll play the second one. If nothing else, I mean, I am... What's the word? I am appreciative that out of all companies, Sony still seems willing to race down the blockbuster video game path as hard as they possibly can. I don't think... Well, I think some people do appreciate that. That Sony hasn't just completely clicked over into, like, microtransactions and games as service stuff. They still make video games that, like, cost $60 and they look really good and have a lot of expensive acting in them. And they try to be about emotions and story and stabbing people in the neck. They need to sell hardware? That's a good point. I never thought about it that way. Yeah, you're right. It is kind of just the glitz and the PR of having a prestige art title under your belt. Doesn't make it a bad thing. Oh man, we are ostensibly the beneficiaries of this arrangement, so Sony doesn't make it, Naughty Dog does. Well, okay, fair enough. Well, Sony owns them. Well, not Naughty Dog, maybe. Sorry, but Sony publishes it. I mean, Microsoft is buying studios, but their studios aren't making those kinds of games. Maybe they will soon. That'd be interesting. Microsoft acquired, what, 4 studios this year? Interesting. I love that stuff. I love like seeing an announcement at E3 and interesting. What does that mean? You've got a plan. Yeah. But it's still like, it's Sony's money, and they get credit for how they spend it, or what they choose to spend it on, I think. Especially when not a whole lot of other companies are courageous enough to make those bets. I'm actually kind of surprised Nintendo is putting out stuff like Xenoblade Chronicles. Maybe I'm being too generous, but I feel like there's just a lot of goodwill stuff going on. Stuff that's like, yeah, this isn't gonna make any money, but people really want it, so let's do that. Let's like fill out the catalog. That reminds me. Well, not that that particular notion is connected to anything I'm about to say, but more thinking of like Nintendo platform RPGs I haven't played. Holy hell. They should put fucking, I've even lost the name of it. Tokyo Mirage. Mirage Sessions? Yes, that. Out of all the things they need to HD re-release, that should be up there, man. That game would be great on Switch. I really enjoyed what I played of it, but by that point I was like, man, like hell I'm actually gonna plug in my Wii U. I bought it, I streamed it once, and I was like, this game is cool! I don't know that I can keep all the shit plugged in. God, the Wii U's a mess. Power brick's huge, you also gotta plug in the goddamn hard drive because it's got no storage. Gotta plug in the goddamn gamepad. It's 3 plugs, outlets for one console, and they're all huge. And then wires everywhere. Yelling at clouds, goddammit. Hey, Dr. Pig. Welcome. Welcome to the audio sensory experience of dude rambling while playing puzzle game. Looking for Mario Maker 2? Yeah, I guess that could happen. That's the kind of game where I'm just like, what would that possibly be? What does Mario Maker 2 even look like? More Marios? I guess just on Switch. Nintendo's usually pretty good about figuring out ways to improve a game and content to add that I never would have even thought about. Didn't they put out a trailer for another Joy-Con set? Or sorry, Labo set. Sometimes it's hard to keep all these fake words straight in my head. Hello, Steven? Oh, Vehicle Labo set, okay. Yeah, I remember, I think I saw pictures of that. Like the huge wheel, looks pretty cool. Oh yeah, Mondo Grosso. I managed to find a CD from Mondo Grosso in like a Fry's. I liked this game so much that I bought it, and it wasn't very good. It was just like really milquetoast bossa nova. I wonder if I go back and listen to it, I'll appreciate it more now. It's not like I listen to a whole lot of bossa nova anyway. What band would that even be? Play that one level in Rhythm Heaven. Man, they should make a Rhythm Heaven for Switch. They should just make everything for Switch. It's a bummer that WarioWare is not on Switch. But I guess that's a reason to keep my 3DS. I have tried to... alright. Because I am the perfect man. I kicked over a glass of water on my 3DS, and the L button doesn't work. Which means I didn't ever finish Samus Returns, and that means if I wanted to play WarioWare, I probably couldn't. But those are like the last things I'd ever want to play on that console, so I was just like, god damn it, what do I do now? Do I pay like $100 just to finish Samus Returns and then sell this thing on eBay? The answer is yes, because 3DSs still sell for more than that. But then I filled out a repair request, and because I'm a lazy asshole, I never actually sent it in. And now I need to change my address, but it was right on the verge of auto-canceling, so I guess I need to make another repair request and actually mail it in this time. But this is already a lot of effort to go through to play, or to finish a Metroid game. It's the tribulations of the first world. Shit. know, through it all, the ups and downs, I'm just glad I have internet friends to listen to my troubles and let me know that my suffering is unparalleled in this world. Yeah, this track wasn't on the CD. Although Mizuguchi, like when he puts a track in a game, it's usually a pretty heavy remix of the album stuff. Fuck. Maybe I should just use the Joy-Cons to try and finish this. Just eliminate all variables. What's up, Rain? Oh, Laughing Wolf, thank you for the resub. Yeah, Black Tao. I'm not in the middle of quitting right now. No, I'm not. I actually just started fairly recently, so. Yeah, it does kind of sound like Persona music, doesn't it? Digging this music, but I have no clue what's going on in this game. I can try to summarize it for you and maybe anyone else in chat who doesn't know. It's just a Tetris game. It's similar, Storm. There's a couple of quirks about it. So, like in Tetris, you have to make a solid line across. In this game, you have to make at least a 2x2 square of the same color. And then if you do, it will like activate or like fill in, whatever. And then when the beat marker passes over filled-in bricks, it erases them at the end of all of the connected filled-in bricks. The other gameplay quirk is that once a square is solid, squares around it don't need to be 4x4 to fill in as well. So there's kind of a combo system. It's 2 squares bordering either side. They have to be the same color, by the way. Or the 3 squares that are around a corner. If that makes sense. You'll pick up on the patterns, I think, pretty quick if you care to. You know, I don't need everyone to follow this beat for beat, but and then the goal is to just keep playing. Like once the similar to Tetris, once the blocks fill the well and a block on top hits one as soon as it comes in, then you lose. There are 100 levels. I'm trying to play through all of them. The goal is to you know, clear more blocks than you drop into the board. And then there's a multiplier system. If the beat marker passes, you see how it like has 1 there. It keeps account of how many chains you have. And then if it's over 4, I think, it increases the multiplier for the next pass. And that multiplier goes from 4 to 8 to 16, kind of like that, provided it keeps hitting the cutoff to maintain the multiplier. So high scores are kind of a momentum thing. You have to keep dropping pieces quickly, or stack up a lot of bricks and then clear them all quickly. So there's a speed element to the scoring system. And then all of that has to be done in concert with the beat marker, because if it passes over bricks while they're like filling in, it'll only erase half of them, and that really fucks up a lot of stuff. So there you are. That's my YouTube video on Lumines. Please like and subscribe. And check out my other videos. I play a lot of Tetris. Here's me getting kicked out of a Dave & Buster's. Here's me reviewing a flavor of Mountain Dew. And here's me ranting about how PewDiePie is a Nazi. I'm Lord Squeeby365. Catch you next time. I think one of the problems I got into last time is I didn't have a good place to, like, the entire board was filled with shit. There was no quiet place to go and think. There's a That's how it gets though. Oh. I didn't want this. Damn it. Oh boy, it's starting. Oh, see, like that. That was bad timing. If I'd been more decisive. Ah, that was really bad. Holy crap, those heating up. Yeah.
I hear the music of your soul.
Man, that... Oh, no. Okay, good. Whew. Okay, well. This is usually like, I feel like they give you a chance to reset if you've done any dumb shit in the early game. There is one really slow one later, as I remember. It's a pretty sweet reggae vibes one. Sweet, sweet Rastafarianism. Yeah, the beat market passing this slowly sure does make it easy to get and keep massive ass multipliers. I think I'm gonna lose it this round though, yeah. Whatever, man. Do I look like I care? I have a goddamn video game castle. I don't need your multiplier. I actually desperately need your multiplier. I'm sorry. Please excuse my severe rudeness. I'd had too much gamer fuel. Man, when is that somebody gonna try to use that as a defense in court? I'm sorry, Your Honor. I just had too much gamer fuel. You wouldn't believe the Overwatch run I was on. Things got a little heated. I didn't want that to happen. So let's just call this off, huh? We've all been there. That's my favorite defense. Come on! Come on! I tried that once with, like, I got a traffic, like a red camera ticket, like one of those auto camera tickets. It was 0.1 seconds past the red. And I showed up and I was like, come on! Come on! They weren't having that. Weren't fucking having it. But then again, it's like, I don't know, that whole situation's weird. People have since explained to me that that's like a private company that does that, and those aren't really like legally enforceable tickets. They're like parking tickets, kind of, from a private company. Like, they won't issue a warrant for your arrest if you don't pay it. We'll just try and collect, and that's it. And if you just say, fuck off, then that's pretty much where it starts and ends. Maybe to fix your credit? I don't know. I don't know what else, what other tool they could possibly have, aside from just trying to, intimidate you into paying. Which seems like it's pretty much what it is. Because, yeah, the lady I talked to, she was just like, well, it was still past the red, so you have to pay. And then she was like, oh, it won't affect your insurance because it's not a moving, like, technically a moving violation. It's like, huh. I guess that should have clued me in too, but whatever. Live and learn. We all get fucked. It's the way of the world. Although that, keeping... Man, that one dude who was crying after losing a money match at a fighting game tournament. I was thinking the endless wisdom in that. Everybody gets fucked. It's the way of the world. Yeah, kinda is, huh? Makes it sting a little less. Stop crying, man! I can't! Classic. Thing is, like, I don't like that video because I like laughing at him. Cause I've been there, man. I've never, I don't think I've ever openly weeped at a tournament like that, but like, even though somebody was filming him, that other dude was being pretty cool about it. He's like, come on, just cut that shit out, dude. Like, you're embarrassing yourself. They could have been a lot meaner to him. You can ignore those. State does that too? Okay. Or my state does that too? State gets money off of it? Okay, of course. That's why they allow it, right? Well, whatever. I guess, yeah, once it gets out that you can just not pay those, nobody will pay him anymore. I've heard, again, anecdotally, that that's what happens. Like, people figure out they don't have to pay him, and then they stop making any kind of money. Because lo and behold, no one's gonna pay a fucking bullshit ticket that's not legally enforceable. So if you think about it, my pioneering command defense totally worked. Just not in the sense that I still had to, you know, pay for it. I guess the thing is, I've heard people circulate that information a lot, but I've never talked to somebody who has actually gotten a ticket and just ignored it, and then said like, yeah, nothing happened. I guess, again, I don't know what would happen. So. You know what just popped into my head? I've been getting a weird urge to play King's Field, because I never have. I wonder if that's something that would be possible. I think that would be a good funhouse thing. Make the boys play the real Dark Souls of Dark Souls. I'd have to try it out, I think. There's some games where I'm like, I don't want to waste anyone's time. Like, if we just get stuck And it's an hour of us just walking around stabbing the same crocodile to death. That's no good. Oh! That's the one anxiety that I have whenever it comes to like trying to record or produce content or suggest gameplays and stuff, is like, I'm always terrified it's just gonna be bad and everyone's gonna hate it and it's gonna waste everyone's time, but that doesn't happen. Like, that's just something that is in my own dumb little head. I've been intentionally trying to ignore that lately, and I've been doing a lot more, recording a lot more gameplays as a result. I'm curious to see how they will turn out. Nothing that's made it to air yet, I don't think. Nope. Shit, that was really bad. Tried to get clever. Okay, well, I feel like I'm in better shape than I was last time I got to this level. Whoops. Okay, that's not so bad. God bless you, party duck. Keeping it clean out there. Making it real. Whoops! Damn! That's okay. Not so bad, not so bad. Could be worse, could be worse. I don't want to freak anyone out, but I'm doing all right. Oh, it's only level 55 though. Ay. Ay. Ah. D-pad fucking me again. Jesus. Did not mean to do that. I'll take it. Damn it. Oh no! shit, man. Yeah, I'm starting to get pieces I just can't think of what to do with. There's a calcified layer here. Bottom 2 rows. I don't know how I'm gonna start cleaning those out. I guess that's a good way to start. Yeah. Damn it. Always the exact wrong piece. The exact thing I don't need. Okay, here we go. I recall this can be a little challenging just because how slow the marker moves, but this is a pretty good recovery level. Also, hell yeah, fucking summer ass, island vibes, jaw. Fuck. There's no way to get to it. Catch up on chat here. Were you the one who suggested Metal Gear Survive? No, I think that was just more of a, that was more of a communal thing. We all kind of were like, yeah, we should try it. Cuckold Me Elmo. Shit. With the 12 months, that is actually a sub-hype. Let me click over here and find a song. You guys can look at the Gamer Zone for a while I look up a sweet track. Rain says, do play Kingsfield, not the OG Kingsfield. That one's hard to get. Yeah, because Kingsfield in America is Kingsfield 2, right? I mean, you could just get it on emulator, right? And is that one specifically even more difficult to play? Because my understanding is that Kingsfield is like Demon's Souls, with even less guidance. Sorry, Storm. Yeah, you asked about Bannerlord before. I don't really know how to feel about that, to be honest. I haven't played the original Mountain Blade, and I put some time into Kingdom Come. I enjoyed that. All right, this was actually a recommendation by somebody in chat, and it's good. So. We're on Island Vibes. We're on Summer Vibes right now, so Cuckold Me Elmo, thank you for subbing for a year. Please enjoy this track. that should be a level in Lumines. Belongs. Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, Rain says, latter Kingsfield games are more approachable, but they're still significantly tougher than Demon Souls. Yeah, that was my understanding. Yeah, FromSoft, always doing it. Hunkle's Egg? I think Hunkle's Egg. I think there's no other way to say that. Thanks for streaming today. Dealing with a lot of stress because I have to start hunting for full-time roles. So my internship is ending soon. Streaming lives with me as always. Cool. Well, I'm glad I can provide that service. Yeah, that could be pretty stressful. Whatever, Jackson. Thanks for the Prime sub. Check out that song I sent on Twitter.
Oh, shit!
I don't know. Maybe? What was it? Let's see here. Back into it. Jobs can be stressful, but don't worry. You don't have to find the right one your first try. So I think sometimes getting a job is more important than getting the job. I've always felt like as long as I can pay the bills, I can figure out. I'll have time to figure the rest of it out. I really should be focusing on clearing out the rest of the stage while I have this sweet reggae beat. Actually not doing the most solid job right now of tearing the stage down. There we go. That's a good sweep. That's a good one. Shit, man, why you give me all green right now? Ugh. This one not being so bad. Beat thingy is still pretty slow. And there's peppers. Sweet doggos. Oh, that was not rotated correctly. Damn it. That piece is gonna stay there forever now. Shit. Oh, this is so bad, actually. Erase the blocks. Erase them. Care not for the blocks. Give mean little to me. Get rid of them. Now. Take the dog out a walk, they forgot a word. Yeah. Take the dog out a walk. Here's the thing, alright? The Japanese do not ever do anything incorrectly. So, if you're maybe thinking that there's a word missing or doesn't sound like English to you, that's only because it's better English. It's hyper English. It's Super Saiyan English. How can I be so sure? Who invented Super Saiyans? The Japanese, checkmate. So you just remember that next time you feel like critiquing the one god culture on the planet. Ugh. Oh yes, the Caramello stage. I don't think I've even had a candy bar. Shit. Yeah, it's stages like this, or like when you get into the last few stages, it would be pretty helpful to know if dropping more pieces and earning more points progresses you faster. Because in stages like this, you could probably really hustle and make sure that you're not lower the chance that you make a lot of dumb drops and clutter up the board. I feel like the game still had slowdown on PSP too. It's weird. I wonder if it's just like a straight up 100% accurate like emulator port. Oh boy, alright. Making some moves. Not all of them great. Oh! Oh, man. Oh! Oh no! Oh man. Oh boy, that sucks. Alright. Rally back. Shit. Yes! 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 Match all of the honey bricks. Or whatever the hell's going on here. Christ, alright. This fucking background. Gonna have to chill out a little bit. Yeah. No, that was dumb of me. Everything's fine. Everything's dandy. Everything's swell and nifty. Hey, that was not the greatest. There we go. Like if the colors are arranged properly, you can roll through the stage and drop left to right. And get some work done, but when the colors don't flow, like when they're checkerboarded or have vertical bands, don't work out too well. Oh no! Ah. Hey. Man. I'm surprised at just the raw amount of, like, controller fuck-ups I'm doing. I'm just hitting the wrong buttons sometimes. Okay, good. I think that's special bonus. Ah! That was pointed the wrong way. Alright, no problem. Yeah, that's a problem. Oh no. Alright, well. Oh yeah. This stage can be pretty intense because it's actually very slow, but the pieces start dropping very fast. So you get the worst of both worlds, really. I remember losing a lot on this particular stage. Somebody's playing Super Mario Odyssey. Which reminds me, I never 100%ed that game. I need to go back to that. I never did Darker Side of the Moon. I was going to save that for the end. Like, once I'd gotten all the other shines and purple coins and shit. My grand dream fell apart, though. There's, like, some purple coins I can't find on, New Donk. Shit. I guess that's what Amiibo are for. If I want to be a villain, an onerous charlatan, a gentleman who does not own my gaming accomplishments but nearly pays for them. I call your gamer score spurious, sir! I invite you to 1v1 in Call of Duty in the backyard to prove your gaming skill. So much. Some pretty solid drum breaks that kind of pop out of this level because you have to play so fast. Oh, that was the other, I guess the other aspect of the game I didn't really talk about. It is quantized. Everything in the game is quantized. So when you move the pieces, it creates a sound effect. The sound effect is a musical note or sting or drum hit. And then it plays it in time with a backbeat. So you end up sort of making an accompaniment for the backing track as you play. Kind of a neat idea. I think it's a little too chaotic to make, like, in practice, it doesn't really feel like you're playing the music. It's just, if you're playing at a certain speed, it's just there's a bunch of sound effects all the time. Okay. Oh, this is when I start fucking up. Like, this is... If I make it past that stage, I'm good, but it kind of kicks off this long, slow decline. Doesn't help when I'm doing shit like that. I do remember, like, the flashes, whenever you clear pieces, kind of make it hard to see the board because of the color patterns here. Down there. Damn it. Okay. Trying to be real careful. I've been playing for an hour. I don't want it to slip away from me now. Whatever. Oops. Oh, ah. No. Oh boy, that was bad. Oh boy. No. Fuck. Okay. Shit. God damn it. God damn it. It's going too fast. I don't know. I don't know, guys. It's getting away from me. It's getting away from me. I'm not gonna do this. Fuck, man. Holy shit, it's so fast. You have no time to, like, position pieces anymore. Fuck! Ah! That was the piece I needed! Oh, thanks. Man, bummer. God, that last fucking level. And it takes 50 minutes to try! It takes 50 minutes to get there! Yeah, I got it. That feels good. That feels real good. Well, I guess, hey, you know what? I'm gonna look on the sunny side of this. If, let's say I had gotten past level 100 and it did this still, that would have been even more. That would have been even more fucking heartbreaking. Ugh. Anyway, all right, I'm gonna take a break. Maybe I can finish. Maybe I can finish Picross. We'll see. All right, be back in a minute.
It's filled with sassy secrets on fitness, fashion, and beauty. Plus, coupons for Tab and all these great products. You'll find Tab's free guide in these March magazines, along with your chance to go home a sassier you. So enter now to win. Ooh, Tab's got its sass.
Next, it's hot action on Miami Vice when a high-octane killer cuts loose on the streets. And later, laugh it up with the king of comedy, Johnny Carson, when he welcomes Jimmy Stewart and Sheila E. to The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson. Let's all be there.
뿅 뿅 뿅 負けるもんか。あー、食べられちゃった。 ファイヤーファイヤーファイヤー。汗出てきたよ、なんか本当に悔しい。もう食べられちゃった。これウツボ？
Nintendo DS